Wait, how do people start these things again? Hello? No. Hey beard fans. Beard fans? That has unsavory implications. Ah! Let's go with this. Hi, I'm Shauna, and this is my very first video blog. So, as you might have noticed, I've been watching a lot of YouTube, and I got inspired to do a video blog because of all of the awesome video blogs and shows that I've been watching on YouTube recently. Everything from the Vlogbrothers and all of their other channels like SciShow and Crash Course, as well as things like My Drunk Kitchen and Wheezy Waiter and a bunch of shows that I'm forgetting. Daily Grace, that one's awesome too. Also, I've been really into the idea of doing a video blog to learn the craft of videoing and video editing because I am in a nerd band and we are going to need those skills, and because my bandmates are well aware that I'm already a photographer, I kind of got tapped as the natural person to start doing video for us. So this was the easiest, and by easiest I mean cheapest. This was the easiest way to accomplish learning how to video and video edit. So here I am. I've also been an avid blogger for probably half of my life at this point. I run multiple blogs, a lot of which get neglected a lot because I'm also super busy. I have 2 jobs and I go to school full-time, so as well as the aforementioned nerd band, so I don't have a lot of time on my hands, but I love writing, and I really appreciate writing on the internet where I can kind of send thoughts out into the void and receive commentary on it, and whether or not that commentary is good or bad, or a critique of my writing or critique of my thoughts or agreement or appreciation of my thoughts and my writing, it's all kind of a more fulfilling process than just writing things down into a journal and having them be there and static. So I have loved blogging for that for a very long time, and thought this would be a really cool way to expand on that experience. Also, it might make me better at talking, which you might have noticed by now, not so great at. But I will help be both, you know, physically and mentally and relatively, I guess. That makes no sense. I don't see this process. And also, yeah, I'm also not very witty. I don't think it's going to improve on that any. I'm a writer, not a wit. So one of the things that I've discovered is that vlogging's harder than I thought it would be. Writing is kind of second nature to me now. I can sit down and I can write either concisely or very intricately about any number of topics, as long as I know stuff about them or am free to make bullshit up about them. Talking into a camera, especially unprompted, with all of the traffic noise in the background, which is going to be our constant companion, all of these things to consider, is sort of difficult. And there are lots of distractions. All of the references, if you didn't catch them. Right, so maybe turn off your phone. My background went away. It's a learning process. The more you know. But I plan to use this to keep up with my family and my friends who I don't get to see all of the time, either because I am so busy or because they live thousands of miles away from me. But I'll also be doing really, really cool side projects. I will be making videos with my bandmates to kind of have a little more than crappy cell phone video of performances. We really appreciate that crappy cell phone video right now because it's all we have, but it would be really nice to have some stuff where maybe the audio quality was a little better and you could actually tell that, you know, we play music. Yeah. I'll also be helping one of my friends out with a project that he's doing. He's doing the new sleuthing-a-day challenge, which I guess is a thing on the internet. I haven't come across it yet, but so it's his birthday week and he is starting a blog, a written blog, wherein he will supplement his written blogging material with video to try a new thing every day for a year, I think. Maybe it's just a month. No, I'm pretty sure it's a year because it's got like expensive stuff in there like skydiving, which I am not doing. How terrifying. But I will be helping him out with videoing and taking pictures of a lot of his experiences, half because I know how to do this a little better than he does, and half because he's lived in Seattle for most of his life, whereas I've only lived here for a few years, and surprisingly, all of the like typical Seattle things to do, we've done about the same amount of them, so there's a lot of new experience there for both of us, and we're both super excited about it, so it should be a really fun, creative, collaborative process that exposes us to a lot of new things about our city and about each other and ourselves, and probably a lot of awesome food along the way, which I'm always down with. Also drinking. There's probably going to be drinking. There's also potential here for me to talk about things that are going on in the world that I either know a little bit about or just, you know, have feelings about. Those of you who have read my blogs before know that I have a tendency to go on rants, which can be super fun and interesting. Just a little aggressive. I don't see this project eliminating that from my general communications with the internet, mostly because that's just the way my brain works. Funnily enough, I actually had to resist the urge to make my very first introductory video completely about the congresspeople that are trying to pass a regulatory law about how funding gets placed through the National Science Foundation. They want to take away the peer review process and make it a congressional review process, which I think is just like the most mind-blowingly horrible idea ever. So read up on that if you're interested in those things, and maybe if things get worse than just these regulatory processes being introduced, I will make a rant about it because that's scary and I will be mad. Yeah. So anyway, thank you for joining me for my very first video. I really appreciate it. Thank you for putting up with all of the flubs and the noobishness that's gonna go on for a while. I hope you enjoy watching the humiliating process of me learning how to vlog properly. Now, how do we end this kind of thing? Best wishes! What do you mean somebody says best wishes? No, they don't. No, seriously, no, they do? What? Oh. It still has brains on it.